Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. This is always the highlight of my week, connecting with you, sharing some nuggets. Hope you are all well. And if you're here, let me know you're here. Give me a hello. So if you know me, I like to dive in. So no lillygaggling. Is it lillygaggling, lollygagging, or I don't know. My mom used to say that. I know it's an old saying, totally dating myself. If you know, if you know the saying, let me know. Lillygaggling, lollygagging. Anyways, I think I'm lillygaggling right now. Okay, so say hello. Let me know you're here. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. And I totally appreciate when it's like later on today or tomorrow or whenever, and I get a little message going replay. So thank you, thank you. I love the engagement, so keep it coming. And I'm loving the personal messages. I love the questions. Today is actually a follow-up from last week because I did get a question, so thank you for those. Okay, so let me know you're here. Say hello. Okay, so here's the deal. Today's Facebook Live is how to keep your vibration as high as possible, especially given the world we're living in today, with two things I want to cover. Okay. So, and like I said, this topic came from last week, so it's kind of a follow-up. Last week, if you recall, doesn't matter if you don't have to stop the video or stop live and go back, but in a nutshell, I just want to give a 2-second highlight. Last week was all around, are you connecting the dots between the story you're telling, the vibration that you're putting out there, and the results in your world when things aren't so rosy? Because most of us don't. Most of us make the connection, we make the dots, we connect the dots when whether it's law of vibration, law of attraction, manifestation, we're like, everything's rosy, everything's good, I'm seeing how I'm manifesting, and we get it, right? And I use the example of like a boss not treating you well, or someone cutting you off in traffic, or a barista messing up your order. We want to tell the story and keep telling the story. We engage in this low vibration, right? We didn't get into like the bigger thing of like what's going on in the world, right? And that is really knocking us off right now. So what happens, and this is just to highlight again from last week, is we throw away because when we're challenged, we have to work that much harder, not harder, but we need to be more aligned with our truth. We're getting more challenged when things come at us. So it's easier to be, practicing the laws when things are all rosy, but when things aren't so rosy, it's like, what laws? What's manifestation? Law of attraction, it just goes out the window, like I was saying. So that's when the blinders come on. So I talked about this last week, the importance of awareness. Just having awareness is huge. So all of a sudden you go, well, I see something I didn't see before. Like a lot of you write down, like, what is that for you? So just having the awareness can be huge amount of power, because now we go, oh, I catch myself, and we can choose differently. And maybe 2 out of 3 times you don't. You catch yourself, but you still go down that road. And then eventually maybe it's maybe 2 out of the times you actually do choose differently, but it's a practice, right? So the question I had after last week's live was, what else can we do to go beyond awareness? How can we go deeper? How can you elaborate on this, Janine? So today's topic is how to stay on that high vibration as high as possible, and I want to share these 2 things, especially given the world that we're living in. Okay, so these 2 things I want to cover, but my aim is really to support you in staying in the highest vibration possible, especially when things get challenging. And I'm talking about personal and on a more collective global. So personal, like I talked about last week, the boss cutting you off in traffic, the barista messing up your order, we engage in low vibration and fear, right? Or what's going on in the news. Let's just leave it at that for now. I'll elaborate a bit more, but personal or global. So if you are here, just let me know you're here, saying hello. For some reason, I cannot see the comments again. That's okay. That's okay. But still engage with me. Say hello. Let me know you're here. Give me some feedback. I always go back and read the comments. So I'm going to start with these 2 questions. Number 1 is, how connected are you to what you want? How connected are you to what you want? not from a place of ego. I want $1 million to be better than the neighbors. I know, silly example, but it's more, when I say want, it's desire. We all have this desire within us. So it could be just a short-term goal, like between now and the end of the year, I want to create, zing, zang, zoom, whatever it might be. You want to create something. Or maybe it is something bigger that you really feel called to do, to create a movement. Maybe it's a legacy or a calling. Either way, whether it's something short-term, again, coming within, or it's a legacy, a calling, which feels a bit, maybe a bit scarier. Either way, let's just call that your desired outcome. So how connected do you feel to what you want, to your desired outcome? Okay, just make a note, write that down. You can add in the comments, like a yes or a no. Again, gives me good feedback, right, for my teaching. So how connected do you feel to what you really desire, what you really want? Question number 2 is, how connected are you, to your truth, to your power, to your inner being, to your knowing, right? That's question number 2. And the stronger that connection is, the more you have this knowing that your natural state is to feel good. Your natural state is to feel good. So that's question number 2. And we're going to call this feeling good state alignment. So how connected are you to your truth, your power, your inner being? You could just a yes or no. You could do 1 to 10, whatever. Let's not spend a lot of time on that, but I just want you to contemplate, and you can add that in the comments, a yes or a no, or you could even give yourself a scale of 1 to 10 with no judgment. So knowing what you want, that's desired outcome, and knowing who you are is alignment. Desired outcome and alignment. Those are the 2 most important things to keep you on a high vibration that will not knock you off. If you have this strong inner knowing, when things aren't so rosy, when the barista messes up your order, when you do get caught up in traffic, when it's a partner, a friend, or a kid who, you're not getting along with, or something pops up, or you feel that they've been disrespectful, or what's happening in the world, the pandemic, the differing opinions, the opposing opinions, the division right now with people, the separation, the judgment, right? So knowing what you want, your desired outcome, and knowing who you are, alignment, are the 2 most important things. So if you're just joining us, we are talking about how to keep your vibration as high as possible, especially given the world we're living in today, with these 2 main concepts I'm going through right now: desired outcome and alignment. So let's talk about desired outcome. So knowing what you want, whether that's a short-term goal, like I said, or something that feels more like a legacy or a calling. We all have this. We all, I have so often I get people saying, yeah, well, I don't know, maybe I just don't have one. We all have our unique calling, what we're here to do. Now, if that feels too grandiose, just pick something, maybe a short-term goal, but continue to work on what that next thing is, what that pull is, what that call is, because if we don't know what that is, we've just blocked it. So and you can look at different areas of your life, like whether it might be better relationships, more money, is it career, business, is it a health goal, maybe giving back to the community, trying to make a difference in the world right now. We need that more than ever. So just what is that? What is the desired outcome for you right now? You might have it, like I know a lot of you are very awake, you do a lot of this work. It's like, I know exactly what it is. In the next year, I want to create this, or the next 2 months, or the next month, or a bigger picture for your life. What is your desired outcome? And how strongly are you connected to that? If you're still trying to figure that out, spend some time in contemplation, in meditation, journal, get some support, join my workshop. Had to plug that in. Listen to podcasts on this topic. Just do something to move you in that direction. Just get support, move forward, because this is your guiding light. That's your North Star. This is your inner GPS. When things get a little chaotic, it's going to be the thing that is going to keep you driving forward. But you need to work on it and build that muscle. Do whatever you need to do to have a desired outcome. The stronger you are connected to that, the less likely you will be knocked off. So write that down. Hey, Joanne. Yeah, you can write that off. Hey, Risa. Write that down in the comments if you choose, like what that desired outcome, or you could just put, yes, I do have my desired outcome. So start somewhere, just have something. So the second thing is alignment. So alignment is huge. I could do a whole training on just alignment. Actually, I think I did it a little while back. But it's your level of connectivity to source, to your inner being, to universal intelligence, to God, to truth, to source, to power, like it's to your power. So there's just so many words for it. I don't really care what you call it, but it's your connectivity between, let's call it, we could call it your personality, your outer being to your inner being, right? It's a state of being. Alignment is a state of being. And when you're aligned, you are plugged in, right? You are plugged in, just like your blow dryer, your straightener, your coffee maker in the morning, your toaster, right? But most of us are not plugged in. Most of us aren't plugged in. We're disconnected to that powerful inner part of ourselves. But when we are plugged in and we are aligned, we know that feeling good is our natural state. You know the goal is not to get where you want to get to. It's in every moment, every day, as much as possible, you're living in this state, a state of gratitude, a state of appreciation, a state of joy, a state of satisfaction, a state of ease, a state of flow, a state of happy, a state of fun. Fun is actually important, right? So if you haven't, write this down. Or if you haven't already, write this down, is alignment equals feeling good, feeling happy, feeling satisfied. Hopefully you've got all these words down. Feeling content, feeling grateful, appreciative, abundant, whole, prosperous. Those are your natural states. I just gave you at least a dozen there, but it's all the high vibration, feel good alignment, who you actually are. Sadly, most of us don't live in alignment. Living out of alignment feels normal. And that's a little messed up. So how do you know how aligned you are? It's by how you feel, right? How good you feel. So practice alignment, practice feeling good. The cool thing about being a human versus, like any animals, we get to choose, but not all of us choose. We get to choose regardless of circumstances. Regardless of the news, regardless of what people talk about, regardless of how someone respects you. I'm not saying it's right, but you get to choose, and most of us don't choose. So we can choose to put a good thought in our brain. We can choose to put a smile on our face. We can choose to put a good song on. We can choose to dance. We can choose to, to help someone. We can choose to feel good, and choosing to feel good leads to more feeling good. So I know I'm going on here. Let me know if you're with me here. So we're talking about desired outcome, how strongly you are connected to your desired outcome, and alignment. And alignment, by the way, if you don't know, is your first step to manifestation. It's really hard to manifest if you're not aligned, if you're not in alignment. So let me know you're with me, making sense. Any questions? Yeah, put making sense if this is making sense. So to tie a little bow on this, our outer world, what adjective should I use? Let's just say it's less than ideal, okay? It's less than ideal. There's a lot of low vibration activity going on, whether it's on a bigger scale or a smaller, whether it's this global level, what we're hearing on the news, what we're hearing in social media, whether it's friends and family that don't share the same opinion as us, right? Whether that's on a global level or a personal level, or if it's the barista, right? Or you get this big whopping bill because you needed some, I don't know, home renovation or repair or something, right? Or someone's nasty to you, right? Don't allow the outer world to overtake or dictate your inner world. You dictate your inner world. You have that power. So many of us just give it away. You have this immense power. So keep your vibration high by having your desired outcomes and your alignment right there, so strong that they become your guiding force, that inner light, your inner GPS. It's coming from within. So you're living from the inside out, not like how most people live is the outside in. You are so, that's where your power is. We are so much more powerful than we realize. So keep building that muscle. And it reminds me of, I was talking about this before, I'm not sure when, but it's like building your love muscle. If you have, let's just say you've got a partner or some kids or a kid or a dog or a pet or someone you just love so much, right? And someone wants to be mean or hurt or talk down or attack or whatever to this person or pet or whoever it is that you love so much. It's the same analogy. There's no engaging in it. There's no way. There's there's nothing going to set you off course that you're going to like, well, okay, you can be mean to this person, just a little though, not too much. It's like, no effing way. Like, this is someone I love and it's a non-negotiable. I'm not budging. This is who I am. This is what I stand for. Do you have the same conviction for yourself when the news or your barista, sorry, I keep going on about the barista, come at you, right? Like, do you have the same conviction? This is my desired outcome. You're not knocking me off. And this is my alignment. No one's going to make me feel off, right? Do you have that strength, that knowing in the same way, right? When life comes at you, stay true to yourself. So, yeah, okay, I'll go through the comments in a bit. So make that more important than ever to keep your vibration high, right? Again, it's easier to, 2 years plus down depending on what kind of, what's going on in your life. But for most of us, we're part of something pretty crazy going on right now. But let's just say, prior to 2020, it might have been this is a global level, but it might have been easier to keep your vibration high. It's more important than ever to keep your vibration high, to have the desired outcome that you are here to fulfill, to keep your alignment high than ever. So it's more important than ever. So, what's this? You're great. Why, thank you. Right on. Yeah. So, okay. So, I love your comments, by the way, guys. So, I hope this was helpful. I hope that you actually, rather than just listening, you actually see where you can put this into practice. You can see where there might be some holes in your plan, whether it's your desired outcome or alignment, where you do kind of like slip up, right? Instead of watching the news for maybe 10, 15 minutes just to tap in, see what's going on, to be aware, do you like, oh my gosh, I'm starting this with 2 hours, and all of a sudden you feel your vibration going down, right? So see where you can apply that. So if you want some support, I've mentioned this a little bit in the last week or so, we go into this in way more detail in the workshop coming up in October. We go, there's 5 main modules we go through, but we do go through Activate Your Burning Desire, which is your desired outcome, and we talk about mastering your alignment. So those are just 2 of the 5 modules. It's fun. I always make it fun. It's interactive. It goes by really fast. The testimonials I've had are incredible. So many wonderful stories. You've probably read about them a little bit in the community, but it's called the Conscious Wealth Creators Workshop. Just comment workshop. I'll put that in the comments. But it really is a new way of living, getting out of striving mode, but how to think and show up in different ways, how to consciously create the life, right? Your life, whether that's in business, money, love, health, right? Getting off of autopilot and really figuring out what you really are here to do, be, and create in the world. So the link's got all the info, but there's a Facebook community. We start that before the event, during and after to support you. There's a 12-page workbook to support you, which you get ahead of time so you can look through. And it's regular $194 and it's $97 right now, early bird. Saturday, October 23rd, 10 to 4. So just comment in the comments workshop and I will connect with you. So thank you. Let me know any feedback once you put this into practice, any insights, ahas, and love you all to bits. Thanks for being here, live or replay. Bye.